Hello, everybody. Welcome. So today's session is on how do you get through it when your job is just really boring. Now, let us examine that. Why is your job boring? Could it be that you haven't grown for a while? Well, a lot of times that's what happens, right? We kind of get used to where we are and we get stuck in a rut. I realized that the other day when I had to drive somewhere and I needed to rent a car because my own car couldn't be used for some reason. So I went to this rent a car place and they gave me a stick shift. Now, I used to drive a stick shift, and I used to really enjoy a stick shift, because I loved that thingy in my hand and then smoothly changing gears and then going into the curve and just accelerating. And sometimes the stuff that you can do in winter, on the snow, where you just turn the wheel really quickly and then you pull the handbrake and then the wheels go off at the end. And, I really enjoyed this stuff. But then at some point, I got an automatic. And initially, I didn't really like it all that much because it was a bit boring. But I got used to it. And at some point, that was just what I had. So I'm driving this stick shift again, and I thought, okay, that's not a problem. I can drive a stick shift. And suddenly I realized this is really stressful. So I'm every time I go to a traffic light, I realize I forgot the clutch. And just before the car stops, I actually remember putting the clutch down. So I take the gear out of gear so I can release the clutch. And the car goes out. I thought, what's happening now? And I go onto the clutch again, and the car goes on again. Turns out this is actually something to save emissions, which is really great, but I wasn't used to it. And then the board computer was completely different, and it had knobs on the steering wheel where you had to push in order to do stuff, and I just wasn't used to this stuff, and it was really stressful. And it sounds stupid, but I really didn't enjoy that drive, initially at least. But then I got into it, and it was a long drive, and suddenly I realized, okay, this is not a problem anymore. I got used to this now. And I realized all these good things about this car. The acceleration was actually really great. Not as good as in an electric car, but it was actually, for this small thing, it was quite good. And then you could go into the curve again and accelerate, and there are all kinds of different things. And the board computer was actually quite cool. It was actually better than what I had. I just hadn't realized it initially because I was so unused to using it. And what was also cool is that it appealed to a younger identity of mine, the identity that I had when I had the stick shift. And that alone, while I don't necessarily want to go back to that time, it just changed my view of the world a little bit. And it opened up the world. Because see, what we do is we make our life so efficient and so streamlined that our vision narrows. And so in a way, we do get tunnel vision, right? And then we don't see the possibilities out there anymore. But now suddenly there was all this stuff out there, and I realized, oh my God, I've overlooked quite a few things. So it is, sometimes change can be a really good thing. And the thing is, that is why I'm so excited about this mastermind that is coming up, because we have just created a mastermind that will address the most monumental change that you will see in a lifetime. And billionaires and SoftBank have already gotten on board. And this is a way where, unlike with a lot of other changes, you can not only do the right thing and be a hero and save the world and, literally, but you can also make a healthy profit of it. This is the change that we want to explore in our mastermind. And why a mastermind? Why can't you just do it alone? Well, because life throws you curveballs, right? Life doesn't like you to change a lot of times. The people around you oftentimes don't like you to change. What happens, even if it's not the people around you, what happens a lot of times is something, even if you make the decision to change and you make the first few steps and you get forward and it's all really, really great, then suddenly something happens that seems to completely throw you off. And then something else happens, and then something else happens, and something else happens. I just had this literally before shooting this video, that I got an email that completely threw me off balance. But what got me through this is a vision. And that is also something that this change can provide. Because I really believe in this change. I really believe that we can make the world a better place. I really believe that this change can be a win-win situation for both, for humans, for animals, and the environment, and that there's profit in it. I really believe that we can do this, and that this is a huge opportunity for all of us. And it would be selfish of me to give up now and to just give in just because something got into my way. So I needed to push through this. And that alone is growth already. But what got me through this is help by a mastermind. And that alone, that support alone, is sometimes something that is invaluable. But a mastermind doesn't only give you support. It does give you support at times when you need it, but it also gives you ideas. You know, there are going to be like-minded people in there. They may give you an idea that may completely change your life. Only one idea can completely change your life. Or they will challenge you at times and show you things that you may be not seeing. So this is something where you can get into this. And this is a really exciting time. So please join us on the 26th of September, which is tomorrow, at 6 p.m. Central European Time. And we will explore the possibilities, and you can also ask any questions that you may have. I really look forward to seeing you there. So tomorrow on the 26th of September, and you will not regret it. This is the most exciting time in your life. This is the most exciting and fulfilling thing that you can probably do in your entire life. If you get on this change and this change is successful, your children, your grandchildren, your grandchildren's children will talk about this if this works really out the way that I think it can work out. So please join us tomorrow on the 26th of September at 6 p.m. Central European Time. And I look forward to seeing you there.